So let's begin recording. Put the lecture up. Okay. All right, so we'll begin with the first exercise. That used to be a midterm question one day. So in this question, the format is as follows. You get the description of the system up there, okay, between the dotted lines, the dashed lines, should I say. And then at the bottom, you'll see a whole bunch of questions as such, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so on. And then you have to make and draw the relationship. All right, you don't have to worry about creating the actual use case itself, but you do the relationship. And then on the side, you tell me what is this relationship that exists, because sometimes students they draw an implementation relationship, but then they on the side they choose extend. So that just shows sometimes that student has no idea what they're what they're doing. All right, it's just hitting it by complete accident. All right. So I take both into consideration, what you select on the side and what you actually draw as well. All right. And what obviously the correct solution is too. So so that, and also, if there's another question that, for example, this answer is supposed to be extend, and there's another question where the answer is supposed to be extend, I kind of like take a look at what you've done on that other question to see, like, if if you got the idea, you're just doing the same mistake again, or if you're completely lost. So again, this is one thing I look at as well. All right. Um, Now remember, before we begin that exercise, okay, we said we have 5 types of relationships, okay? The one type of relationship that connects a actor with a use case is called, what is it called? Association, correct? Okay, guys, I'm seeing the chat is completely empty, so I want you to be engaged as well, okay? There's 21 of you online. And so association, all right? Between a use case and another use case could be any of the other 4. If I'm combining 2 different things, totally different things together, just an A and a B, then this has to be either a what or a what. Come on, guys, wake up, wake up.
Include or extend?
Exactly, include or extend. All right. And if it's an addition, but rather the addition of, it's sort of like I'm fleshing something out where it is something and that I'm just adding to it with a specific type of information of completion, what I had in the base before, then that would be either what or what. I'm sorry? No, no, that's the opposite. Okay, so if it's 2 different things completely, and I'm adding them together, it's either include or extend. If it's 2 similar things, one is just adding to the other. I mean, at the end of the day, there's a plus sign. So don't get confused. There's going to be a plus sign, but it's what the 2 things that I'm adding together. If it's A and a B to include completely different things, then it's an include or extend. If it's A and A delta, whether that original A is complete or not complete, it's going to be implementation or generalization. Good job, girls. All right. Now, speaking of the second one, A and A delta, if the A, the top use case, if it's complete and I could execute it on its own and it provides me a full service on its own, then this would be what type of relationship? Yeah, generalization. Good. And if the top one is incomplete, then I would choose implementation, right? Coming back to the include and the extend. Okay, if the base is complete and the other use case is adding to it, and it's adding to it for some luxury reason, okay, sometimes it can add, sometimes it won't add, we extend. If the base is incomplete and it has to, not an option, it has to drag in what's in the other use case, then it would be an include. Good job. All right. Exactly, exactly. Another way you can look at it, now that we've established that it's an A and a B, two different things, is one gonna need the other one always? Well, is it one gonna need the other one? Maybe. Okay, and you can even figure out when. Okay, oh, there's a promotion going on. Oh, there's no promotion going on. Type. So let's get started now. So this is a YouTube type of system. Okay, it's called the AF YouTube system. And it's providing a YouTube type of service for students from Al Faisal University. The system will be called AF YouTube. With the system, student can upload and watch videos. While uploading a video, as the student is required to submit a description to the video. The description of the video is effectively the first comment. Okay, so the first comment is kind of like the actual description of the video. Okay, in fact, providing a description is the same functionality to adding a comment to the video. So it's really just hitting it by the hammer over and over again. Okay, students can watch a video using cellular data. Okay, that's like 3G, 4G, or 5G, and that sort of thing, which is similar to watching a video in a regular setting, except the resolution is a little bit lower to reduce data usage. That might not be the issue anymore with the networks that we have nowadays and the packages that we have nowadays. Anyway, students can upload videos using their phones or through a website. Students watching a video may set a rating. They may flag the video as inappropriate, and they may add a comment to that video. If a video is flagged as inappropriate, the system administrator is notified, and the administrator then reviews the video, i.e., the administrator watches the video. So the watching of the video is the same thing as the reviewing, okay? Just not to be tripped up on the English here. Upon reviewing the video, the administrator may then choose to block the video. Okay, so not because it got flagged means automatically it's going to be blocked. Okay, uploading videos requires the student to log in to the system. If the login failed too many times, the system may then lock the account. Okay, so this is what you get, right? Then you probably have that on a piece of paper, and you should be referring to this all the time as you are solving the exercise. Okay. So again, what I need you to do is have like this PDF on one side of your screen, and then that Zoom session, the screen share on this side, because you need to be able to read and see the solution at the same time. All right. Because now I'm gonna have to scroll up, so I can't show the text. Matter of fact, in my hand, I have a printout of the exercise as well. All right, so let's begin. So the exercise, as I said, it comes in, it shows you two entities and the five types of relations that exist. One of the boxes, as you notice, is called nothing. And usually I do bring at least one or two answers where the answer is actually nothing, okay? And basically, you need to be in control, right? If you know what you're doing, and you can see that, hey, there's no relationship between those two things, khalas, then there's no relationship, okay? We're not gonna force the matter, okay? As I always say, requirements engineering is representing, not inventing, okay? Very, very important thing that you always keep in your mind, okay? Requirements engineering is representing, we're not inventing. Fine. So I'll give you just a moment to set up your screens. All right. Like I said, I need to have one half of your screen showing the text of the system description, and the other half showing the Zoom session in which I'm going to be showing the actual exercise and solving the exercise. So guys at home, I'll give you a couple of minutes to just set up. Are you set up here? Okay. Upstairs. Okay, guys, again, I'm just saying this is very important that you have two screens open. Okay, what two windows should I say? One window should be the PDF file that's on the Moodle that shows you the description as it is over here. Okay, keep that open so because you need to be able to have access to it and read it. Because you won't be able to know the answers unless you're able to read the description. Okay. And then the other half, the other window is the actual Zoom session with the screen share where I will be scrolling up because as soon as I start to scroll up like this, you're not going to be able to see the description of the system. Okay. And you need to be able to refer to that in order to be able to answer your questions. All right. So guys at home, are you ready? Okay, so it looks like everybody's ready. Type. I'm gonna put the chat thing on the side over here. Okay, type. First, we'll begin easy. First question, it says, what's the relationship between a student, watcher, and watch video? Okay, so immediately we know it's an association. Okay, and basically this is what you do in an exam. Okay, you draw the line, on the side you put the X, okay, and now you have an association. Next, flag as inappropriate and upload video. Guys at home, what do you think? Is it extend? As you're uploading the video, you're flagging it as inappropriate. See, this is where the nothing thing comes in. Okay, so I put the nothing thing right off the bat, so that immediately it hits in your head that I gotta really think about what's the meaning of those. Okay, I don't have to think about a solution. Okay, so there's nothing. There's nothing. Flag the student who's actually at some point going to be uploading a video. Obviously, the person who's uploading is definitely not going to be flagging as they're uploading. That was just silly. Yeah, I upload a video and I flag it at the same time because there's nothing happening over here. Okay, so good job, guys at home. Okay, next question: student uploader and upload video. Okay, include. Astaghfirullah, astaghfirullah.
Association.
Association, yes. Okay, because remember, include, extend, generalization, implementation can only be between use cases. All right, the only thing that exists, as soon as you see this, okay, the only thing that's in your mind would be whether I have an association or nothing. Okay, you can't go any further than that. Okay, and it would be an association. All right. Now, we'll see in a moment, and I'll explain this a little later on, that this could actually be a nothing depending on how you want to answer it, okay? Because remember I said at the end of the use case modeling slides, there is a situation where we have redundant associations, okay? So I'll come to that in a moment, okay? So let me just put like a little question mark over here, right? Both would have been a correct answer, just to give you a hint on this, okay? But next question, oops, need to just bring the chat over here. Okay, it says flag as inappropriate and watch video. We have an include. Everybody agrees on the include? Another include. We have an extend. Okay, so guys who says there's a couple of faces. Why not? Yeah, it's good. Good job. This is what I want you to do. I want you to argue. Type. The guys who think include, or the girls. Why do you think is include? Can you type in the text, or you can just say it in the mic? Then say type. You can flag it if you don't watch it what you can flag it if you don't watch the video. You can't flag it if you don't watch the video. Well, you're beginning with this one. Okay, we're watching the video first, and then as we're watching it, we might go ahead and flag the video. Okay, so yes, obviously the flagging of the video requires that you do watch. All right, but is this? But which one is the base? Okay, you gotta think. This is what something you're missing. Which one is the base? Am I actually beginning with I want to flag something today, so let me watch the video? Or do we begin with the opposite? I'm watching a video, and as I'm watching the video, hey, I might decide to. Okay, so extend because say the letter says extend because not every time you watch, you will flag it, right? So the correct answer is it's an extend. All right. Gonna go extend like this. But one thing that I'm missing in this notation is the arrowhead on, and I'm gonna ask you, which way should it be pointing? Should the arrowhead be pointing to watch video, or should the arrowhead be pointing to flag as inappropriate? To flag as inappropriate, okay? Like this, right? Is that correct?
To watch.
Yeah, it should be to watch, okay? Who needs who? Okay, all right? Remember, I point at you when I need you. So if I don't need you, and you're the one who needs me, I'm expecting that you are going to be the one who is pointing at me. Now, extend means I'm going to add something to you. So in order for me to add something to you, it means I'm the one who's going to need you. So I'm going to be coming and pointing at you. So this is actually not correct. Okay, so let me remove that. And the correct answer would be, oops, yeah, pointing on the other side. Type. Next. Okay, so before I move on to next, so again, the reason why we choose extend, not include, okay, is include. Obviously, we can see those two different things, huh? I can't say first of all right away that watching a video is a type of flagging and inappropriate. Well, a flagging is inappropriate is a type of watching a video. So the idea of A and A dash, that's out of there, okay? Or مثلا even implementing like one way to watch a video is to flag as an inappropriate, or one way to flag as inappropriate is to watch the video. So the whole thing with A and A delta as out. So it's definitely not implementation or generalization. Well, طبعا this is not an actor, and a use case is definitely not an association. So now the only thing we're left with is include or extend. And the include or extend, we ask, does it happen all the time, or does it sometimes happen, not sometimes doesn't happen? Obviously, it doesn't make sense that all the time we watch any video that we're always flagging those videos. Okay? It just doesn't make sense, right? So sometimes when we watch a video and we realize it's inappropriate, then we say, okay, then it's in. So then if because sometimes happen, does sometimes doesn't happen, then I would choose the extend. Okay. And basically, I'm extending the functionality of watching the video with the functionality of flagging that video as inappropriate. And the flagging needs the watching of the video. So this is why it's pointing to watch video. Okay. And and I also think that the watch of the video is the base. Okay. I begin with watching the video and then I realize I want to flag it, not the opposite. Okay. So if I think of the opposite, I might fall into thinking that I need to obviously watch the video to flag it, but it's not, this is the wrong way of thinking about it. Okay. You don't begin, okay. An actor doesn't begin with saying, I want to flag a video today. And then so in order to flag a video, I got to go watch videos. Okay. You begin with trying to watch the video, and as you're watching it, you realize that you've seen something that's inappropriate and you decided to flag it. Okay, so here was, for example, video inappropriate. Now in an exam, guys, you don't need to write the condition. Just the fact that you've written extend, I understand that you know the idea, so save you time. Not to mention there's usually not enough space to write lengthy conditions. Okay, so I wouldn't really expect you to put the condition there, but you know, if you did, I'm not gonna obviously say something that you've done something wrong. But next question. A login use case and upload video. All right. So we have some includes. I have Faisal, Talal, Naif. A whole bunch of includes. Any other decision other than include? You have to, yeah, exactly. All right. So we'll put it down here over here. And this is include. Okay. Now the question is, where should the arrow be pointing? Should it be pointing to upload or should it be pointing to login? Okay. Who needs who? Exactly. Okay. The login doesn't need the uploading of the video, but the uploading of the video needs the login. So I go like this and I write down include. Type. Next up, upload video, and which is an abstract use case, and upload using smartphone. Nothing. Why nothing? Is there absolutely no relationship between them? All right. So here's going to be some functionalities, okay, which all of it is going to be reused by this one. And then we add to it even a little bit more functionality. Okay. So there's definitely a relationship between them. No, it says in the statement that you can upload a video using the website or your smartphone. Okay. So it's either implementation or generalization. I mean, you can already tell that one is saying something a bit more specific than the other one. And this tends to be a hint that you'll see the same text repeating. Perform transaction and then perform transaction by cash, perform transaction by credit card. Okay, so you'll see the text repeating, and that usually is a hint towards that this is a specific version of something else. Okay, like strawberry and sugar-free strawberry. Okay, now it's the question between implementation and generalization. If you want to shut your brain and don't want to think about it, all you have to do is look at the one and look if it says abstract, then khalas, I don't have to really think about it. It's automatically an implementation. Exactly. Now, should the arrow be this way or should the arrow be that way? Which one should it be pointing to? Upload video? Well, upload using smartphone. Does it? Okay, so guys, remember you have an abstract class. Okay, all it's doing, the abstract class, is holding some common code, and then the concrete classes then inherit that code, and then they add to it. Okay, so the one at the bottom is sort of like requiring that it inherits the code in the abstract. So this is actually how it's working, right? Now remember, this guy here at the beginning, despite it being abstract, it says I'm abstract. I am not a use case, a full use case to begin with. Okay, I'm just holding some common stuff. Okay. Okay, exactly. So it's to the upload video. And again, the idea here is I'm gonna take that text over here, gonna take it over there, and then I'm gonna add to it the smartphone concepts. Okay, so whether it's smartphone or whether it's the website, there's gonna become common things, and the common things I'm gonna put that in the upload video, but the specific way, all right, is using the smartphone. Now, another way I can read this, because this is called implementation. Okay, I can read this as I say, I want to upload the video, but how? And then the bottom use case is the one that answers it. You can upload it using the smartphone. Okay, I want to perform transaction, but how? I can perform the transaction by credit card, or you can perform it by cache, okay? And again, this is the reason why on the side I have the boxes, because I need to see you write down implementation, because the notation is exactly the same, okay? Now, if you go like this, you're in very, very bad luck, because there's nothing here that tells me that this is, for example, a typo that you've done, because you could have very well have meant this to be generalization, and you just basically got it wrong, all right? Right, so I need you to write down implementation, because I wouldn't be able to figure it out. Can't be generalization if we flip the arrow. Okay, who's saying that? So if you're going like this, but let me read this. Okay, let me read this. Now, in this case, upload video is at the bottom and upload using smartphone is at the top. So in order to read this, remember I say vehicle and car, and I'm reading that a car is a vehicle, but a vehicle is not always a car. Okay, and a car is a specific type of a vehicle type. Upload video, the general concept of an upload video, is it a specific version of uploading using smartphone? I've went actually in the opposite direction. Here is very specific, and over there I'm making it more general. All right, so I'm going in the opposite. I'm actually being less specific as I go down, so it wouldn't make sense. Okay, so obviously we need the arrow to be pointing in this way. Okay, this is the one at the bottom, and this is the one at the top. Okay, the one at the top is always the more general one. Okay, and then, okay, so now if you look at it, and now, all right, so I think Talal, you guys just asked the wrong question. So now, if I look at this and I say, like, is this generalization? Okay, one way I can look at it is I can just cross this out and say, can I do the uploading of the video all by itself? Well, I'm missing some details of the mechanism to actually upload the video. So this is missing something. This is missing something. So because it's missing something, then the top one, then that relation becomes abstract. So that relation becomes implementation. Visually, if you, like I said, if you want to just shut your brain and not think about this, simply you look at this thing over here, you see the word abstract, khalas, then it's implementation right away. I don't have to worry about implementation generalization. So as soon as you establish that we have an A plus an A delta, all right, all you have to do is watch out for abstract or not abstract. وخلاص. And then you realize the difference between generalization and implementation. Okay. Yeah, exactly. This is what it is. Okay, it's a specific way of uploading the video. Yeah. Yes, yes. But the point here is that, okay, so this is what is in the description of the second use case, okay, is the smartphone part. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. This over here has some common information about how to upload videos, okay? So this guy over here, in order for it to execute, actually what it does, it inherits this stuff over here and puts it over the top in order to flesh it out at the end. Okay, this guy here from day one is saying, I'm abstract. I'm not gonna be doing something complete any day soon. Now the guy on the bottom is the one. This is why we say the guy at the bottom actually needs the guy at the top, because if I don't have the information that comes in from the top, then I'm missing something. This is why I need to go and get it. Okay. All right. Now again, just to think about it from an SE 120 perspective. Okay, this is class human. Okay, and then we have two classes, for example, male and female. Okay, now class human says a whole bunch of things. We got eyes, we got ears. Okay, oops. All right, we got mouth. Right, we got some common functions like run, sleep. Okay, now in the class man, I'm only going to put the things that are specific to a man that doesn't exist in a woman. All right, so I'm going to only put things like, say, mustache, okay, or a beard, All right. But obviously, I'm not going to repeat that code from the top here again. Now, if I delete this lines, then suddenly the class male only has mustache and a beard. Okay. But a human male has a whole bunch of other things too, as in ears and eyes and mouth and nose and so on. Okay. And this is why the class male needs the class human. All right. And the arrow is pointing from the male to the human. Okay. Let me just erase all of this. Okay. Next question. Actually, let me, yeah. So administrator and watch video. Association. Okay. So it's either association or nothing. Is the administrator going to watch the video? Yeah. On one condition. Yeah, yeah. But then when it's flagged, he's got to go watch it. Okay. So the association doesn't matter whether when is it going to happen, when it's not going to happen, if or not, it's not going to happen. It's just saying that if you're going to watch the video, I need to associate it with. Okay. So if is during the watching of the video, is an administrator going to be involved at some point? If the answer is yes, then it's an association. All right. So write down association as such. Exactly, exactly, right? We don't care about if, when, or where, or how. Okay. All we're saying is that from a systems perspective, this is my system. Okay. When I'm watching the video, okay, could an administrator be involved as an actor in this? Then yes. Okay. طيب. Watching video using cellular data and watch video. Now, first, is it A plus B? Well, A plus A delta. Exactly. Okay, so A plus A delta tells me generalization or implementation. If I don't want to think about it, I look at the general one, I see, look for the word abstract. It's not there, then it's generalization. Okay. Now, if I really want to think about it more, so that we're just not doing this blindly, I look at it, I say, well, if I cross this out, I could just watch the video. Okay. Maybe using Wi-Fi or whatever. Okay. But yeah, but if I'm using it using cellular data, then it's the same thing like watching a video, but I'm just using less data, so it's less resolution and so on. All right. So, but not, the bottom line is, if I cross out the bottom one, I can execute the top one on its own. All right. So I go like this. So it's generalization. All right. Next one, administrator and upload video. Right. So again, it will be association or nothing. All right. So we got a whole bunch of nothings. Okay. Now, do administrators upload videos? Do they? No. So if they don't, okay, yeah, exactly. So it's another trip. So there's nothing. Okay. Administrators only watch the videos that are uploaded in order to decide whether they want to block it or not. So again, it's just you being in control. Okay. Don't let me trick you. Okay. Not the fact because you see, Dr. Attar put a question, then I gotta do something here. Okay. I can't just leave the question empty. All right. Exactly. Requirements engineering is representing, not inventing. Okay. Now you might be thinking in your mind, yeah, why not the administrator? Blah, blah, blah. That's not my problem here. Okay. That's not your concern either. Right. The owners of this system are going to pay for it. They don't want the administrator to be uploading videos. You just want them to be watching it. Right. Now, the actual human being could be a student uploader themselves. Okay. But there's a difference between putting the hat of the administrator on and then removing and putting the hat of the. Okay. So there's nothing. Only if the administrator is the uploader, exactly. Okay. But when they're doing this, they're playing a different role. Yeah, a man. All right. So, like I said, I'm here, I'm a professor, you're a student, but when we go to a restaurant, we're both playing the role of a customer. So when I go to a restaurant, I don't go there and say, I am Professor Muhammad Al-Attar, okay? I go there and I say I'm a customer and I want some service. Okay, type add comment and watch video. Okay, we got a whole bunch of extends. Any includes? Anybody suggesting an include? Okay. And should the arrow be pointing to watch video or should it be pointing to add comment? Watch watch video. Oh, sorry, I put down include. That's supposed to be extend. Yes, sorry. I flipped myself. So well, yeah, so that actually makes sense. So add comment. So yeah. So again, one way I look at it, okay? Look at this. I cross this out. Would watch video survive? Yes. Okay. Even if the adding of comment functionality doesn't exist, watch video can still survive. Okay. So watch video is complete. Now adding the comment. Does it make sense? The phone case cover, does it make sense without the phone? No. So I can't add comment to thin air. I need the video itself to add the comment to. All right. And so it's going to be an extend. So we can say it's include if it's upload video. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that, yeah, Faisal. Okay, we'll just get a little bit of ourselves here, okay? Does the user slash customer have any relationship other than association? All right. Yes. If it's an actor, yeah, Asma. If it's an actor and a use case, the only thing that can combine them is association. طبعا, it could be an association or nothing to begin with. Okay. So immediately you see an actor on one side, مثلا like this question over here, and a use case, then immediately the first thing that comes to your mind is include is out, extend is out, implementation is out, generalization is out. It's either association or nothing. Exactly, it needs to be included in the text. Okay, because you gotta watch out for the word included there. All right. So it doesn't matter what is the type of the actual actor. Just the fact that it's an actor and it's a use case. Then all I have to worry about is there's an association or no association. That's the only thing that can come to my mind. Okay. Next question. Upload using website and upload video. Okay. So we got one answer. Got a whole bunch of implementations. Type, first of all, is it A plus B or the A plus A delta? A plus A delta, okay. And immediately I see the word abstract, so I can just shut my brain and just say it's implementation. Okay. Now, obviously, the uploading of the video has some common functionality. Now, this is the same exact question as this one over here. Okay, but one was we're using the website and one was using the smartphone. Okay. In other words, had I been drawing this, I would have been drawing it as such. Okay. This is watch video, and this is watch video using website. This is watch video using smartphone. Okay. Because normally we just draw the whole use case diagram in total rather than just doing. This is not the real world. This is just for the question purpose. Okay, so we're getting better at this. Type lock account and login. Faisal, mashallah, you're always ready with the answer. As an extent, is it first of all, is it A plus B or the A plus A delta? It's an A plus B, okay? Obviously, I can't just say that login is a type of lock account and lock account is a type of login. So that's out. Okay, so if the, and that would be the decision of the administrator. Okay, so again, the arrow, should it be pointing to login or should it be pointing to lock account? Okay, exactly. Okay. Next question. Watch video, set rating. Okay. And should it be pointing to watch video or should it be pointing to set rating? Okay. Next question. A student uploader and a watch video. It's a tricky one. All right. The correct answer is that there's nothing. Okay. It's a trick. Okay. This is the uploader. He's playing the role of the person who's uploading, who's got certain functionalities to do, as in adding a description and so on. Okay. Now, that's different from if we roll up, we said we actually have a student watcher. So a watcher of a video is different than obviously the owner of. Yeah, then we haven't differentiated. And obviously that general student is playing the role of the book, playing the role of the uploader and the watcher. So what I would have had is this situation. صح? And then as we explained, right, one could be, so this one could be linked to the uploading and the watching. Okay. This one could be linked to the uploading only. This one could be a link to the watching only. Hmm? If it was just a student, yes, yes. All right. Okay, administrator, unlock account. Okay, now this could be nothing or association. It would work just fine. Okay, I'm gonna come to this in a moment. Okay, let me just explain this. Okay, so we had watch video with the admin, and he was prompted to watch it because somebody flagged it as inappropriate. Was it? Wait, no, that's not a different question. Oh, sorry. No, actually, that's I'm thinking about a different. I'm thinking about question Q. I got a little bit ahead of myself. No, this is definitely association. Okay, because, well, actually, wait a minute. I think that, yeah, that was a trick question. Trick question. Okay.
Yeah, in description it says if you log in with the wrong information too many times.
I tripped myself. So in the description, if you go back to the description, okay. All right, I put in the trick and I fell for the trick myself. It says if the login failed too many times, the system. Okay, it's not the administrator that locks the account. So that's different between that and blocking of the video. I like I said, I flipped. I got a little bit ahead of myself. So actually, the administrator's got nothing to do with locking accounts. So it's actually a nothing. It's not an association. I apologize. Exactly. Well, that's not us as my. That's actually the real thing. Okay, that's the main. Could be, yeah, I know, but then you're reverting to the main assumptions of what happens in the real world. Okay, in an exam or in a real world setting, you go with what you've got. Okay, now a different owner of a different system might require that the administrator is the one who actually locks it. Then in this case, خلاص, okay, which one is right, which one is wrong? There's nothing right, there's nothing wrong. It's whatever you want it to be. Right? Because remember, like I said at the end of the day, I mean, yes, you're telling the customer what they need, but there's still an element of we can do what you want. Okay. Type, add, comment, and upload video. Is it implementation? So now we shut our brain a little bit too much. Okay. So basically what you've done here, you looked at the word abstract and said, every time I see the word abstract, it's implementation. No, not necessarily. Okay. Because before we think about abstract or not abstract, we got to think, is it A plus B? Well, A plus A delta. Okay. So you skipped the first question and you just went to the abstract. Now, the first question is more important than the second one. Okay. The first question is saying, is it A plus B? Well, A plus It does. And I have to ask myself, is adding a video, adding a comment a type of uploading a video? No. Is uploading a video a type of adding a comment? Then no. So we're not going to be answering the second question of implementation was generally, because we're not even going to go there to begin with. It's either an include or an extend. Okay. Right. So is it an include? Well, is it an extend? So first I said we need to add the first comment exactly. Okay. So we need, right? So this is the adding of the comment when I'm uploading the video. That first comment is playing the role of the description of the video. So it's definitely an include. Okay, it's definitely an include. And the arrow should be pointing to yes, because uploading of the video actually needs to add the comment. Okay. So last one, administrator and block video. Okay. Remember, yeah, Hassel. Okay, I'm gonna say this again. All right, between an actor. Okay. So you're tripping yourself for no reason. So the administrator would be blocking. Okay, association type. Now, a couple of things. Okay. And this was what I actually wanted to explain a little earlier, and I just got a little ahead of myself here. Okay, let me just move this to the side. But if the administrator, if we have this situation, and he's watching video, and that would be extend with the blocking of the video, then I don't really need this anymore. Okay, this would be redundant. Now, it's not wrong, it's just as redundant. Okay, if I'm not going to connect those two use cases for some reason, I mean, it's not an automatic trigger of the blocking of the video, then I would have to say, and I put the association. So basically, the administrator reads, sees the video, and then at a later point decides to block the video. You get the point here? Okay. So just to let you know, all right, that you need to watch out for that. Now, another thing, because I don't remember there was in the questions any relationship between block video and watch video. So we're reverting back to the second situation where watch and block were not connected. So I'm going to get the admin to touch upon both. Okay. Type. One other thing that I wanted to talk about a little earlier on. Okay. This situation over here. Doctor, can you briefly explain why point P is include again? So let me just see which one is P. Okay, so this one, yes, okay. When I'm uploading of a video, I have to put in a description of it, and it counts as adding the first comment. So here it says, while uploading a video, the student is required to provide a description, and the description, okay, is effectively the first comment. Okay, so it's required. Okay, and this is why the requiring makes it a mandatory. So when I upload, I have to add the functionality of add comment. So this is why it's an include. Does that make sense? Yes, Matt? Just a moment. Is that Doctor, can you please answer this exam? Okay. Let me see what is the example that you're talking about. Okay, yes, upstairs. Which question are we talking about? Q? P. What, and what's the question? Oh, did I do this by mistake? Let me see. All right, so who needs who? Really? All right. Well, when it's mandatory, that becomes the base. Okay. And my uploading of the video would not be complete until I add the comment. All right. Now, this is when I'm uploading the video. And when I'm watching the video, it's a little bit different. When I'm watching the video, okay, where this is the base, then the addition becomes something optional. And this is why I would have put it as an extend. All right. I want to just also point out, Lubaba, I haven't been able to retrieve your question, but let me just do something. Yeah, I'll get to your question in a moment, because I need to be able to find where the file is. But I wanted to talk about something first, so I don't forget. Okay. Now this point over here about the student uploader and the upload video. Okay. Now we have that situation. We got the student uploader, and then here we got the abstract upload video. Was it abstract? Yeah, was abstract. Okay. And then basically we said we have two, it's upload video using website. Was it? Hold on, I can't remember. Okay. One was, yeah, upload, and another one was cellular data. Okay. And the other one was upload video using cellular data. Okay. Now, I could do one of two things. Okay. If I have this association, then this and this becomes redundant. Okay. Another way I can do this. Another way I can do this is I forego the link at the top and go straight to the bottom ones. If I do the bottom ones, then I don't need to have the ones at the top. Now, in this particular question, the relationship between student uploader and upload using video, or sorry, using the website, I don't know if it existed. A student uploader, no, it doesn't. Okay, so this way, I have to have that association. Okay, I have to have that association. All right, now going back again to this idea over here. If we're talking about something that is concrete at the top, okay, like watch video, and the other one was watch video using cellular data. I think that's what it was. The one that was generalization. Which one was it? Watch video and watch video using cellular data. Yes. Okay. If I do this, I don't need to go to the bottom one. Okay. That'll be redundant. Okay. And if I go to the bottom one, I still need to go to the top one, because if I don't go to the top one, that means I can only execute the one at the bottom only. Okay. Now, because the top one is a concrete use case, I want to be able to say that I should be able to just watch the video. I don't have to watch it using cellular data. Okay. So the bottom one, I can make it that as a redundant, unless for some specific reason there is an actor out there that can only watch using cellular data, some reason, then it will be okay to point to the bottom one only. Okay. In other words, so you see this one, how it inherits this thing above, right? As it is inheriting, it's also inheriting this association with it as well, right? And this is why a link from the actor to the bottom use case is not really necessary. Okay. Now, I want to be able to see that the picture that was up, somebody sent it, Lubaba, I think it was. Just give me a moment, guys. I don't know how I should be able to retrieve this. So scrolling up is not really the easiest thing with this. Yeah, there we go. says click to open it, but I'm clicking it. It's not happening. Why is it not opening? Yeah, oh, there we go. Open file. Okay, so okay, I was able to watch the get the okay, let me actually do a screen share. So this is the picture that was sent. Okay, so I got watch video using smartphone and watch video. Okay, so what's the question, Yelubaba? What type of relationship would there be? I think this is probably your question, right? Okay, so and what would be the question? What would be the answer in such a case, you guys? Huh? If that situation has existed, and assuming it was actually stated that you can watch a video, the normal case would be, say, on a desktop or a laptop, and watching video using smartphone. So it would be generalization. Okay, طبعا one thing I'm looking at this, I'm asking the question, is it A plus B or A plus A delta? Obviously it's an A plus A delta. I can actually see the text repeating, watch video using, so that tells me right away that's A plus A delta. Now, the next question that I gotta ask is, the general use case, the one at the top, is it complete or not complete? I can see that visually by seeing if it's abstract or not abstract, because this one is not abstract. And I'm going to assume that I can watch the video. Probably this means that watching it on your desktop, that's your normal situation. All right. And that becomes a generalization relation, because I could watch it on my desktop. And it's the smartphone aspect that is the specific situation of watching a particular video. Okay. Now, if it's abstract, yeah, Lena, if the top one, we made that abstract, then yes, that would be an implementation relationship at this stage. Okay. So we good with this question, everyone? All right. Now, what I want to do is, okay. I need now you to open the other file that you see in Moodle. It's called use case modeling exercise, and there's actually 2 exercises in that file. So I'm going to give you a moment to look it up. We might not be able to finish that exercise today. We might have to finish it over 2 lectures, but it's fine. All right, so this over here, as you see, one about a coffee shop. The second one is about the online travel agent. I'll give you a moment to just locate it, have the file open so that you can be able to read it, because I'm not going to have that. I'm going to have a white screen in a moment. Okay. I will tell you now ahead of time that the question you're going to get in the exam is like that question that we had over here. The ones that we're going to be doing now are obviously simulating more of the real world, where you don't actually get the thing broken down and you have to just choose. Okay. In the real world, you get a white piece of paper and you got to figure it out on your own. So let's simulate the one. Okay. So guys at home, are you ready? Okay. So let me just open up the whiteboard. Okay. So I'm going to have now the whiteboard open. I'm going to share the whiteboard with you. Okay. And so like I said, you got to have one screen open with the text in it, because otherwise you won't be able to follow what I'm doing. Okay. Let me just close some things because things is slowing up rather considerably here. Right. Um, Okay, so here is the question. Uh, it says for a coffee shop, in a coffee shop called Wired. I know I remember having that exercise like a long time ago, right? And there was very few coffee shops that existed at that point. I'm pretty sure at this point, if I Google something called the Wired Coffee, it's probably someone that already took the. It exists. It probably. I'm pretty sure it exists now. All right. In a coffee shop called Wired, a customer can buy different products. The coffee store has two flagship drinks that a customer can buy: coffee and a mocha. Right? Yes, there's more things that you can do, but for some reason, this is what they have. Okay. Preparing a cup of coffee requires the pouring of the coffee, adding cream and sugar on the side. All right. Um, Preparing a cup of mocha is made of half coffee and half hot chocolate. That's actually the real thing. It's actually made of this way. Therefore, preparing any type of drink requires the addition of the Wired trademark coffee type. What should we do with all of this? Okay. I'm trying to do as least hand holding as possible because you'll be able to answer this type of question. So we have a customer as an actor. Okay, so what I want you to do now is tell me, Dr. Attar, create a use case and name the use case such and such and such and such. Don't think I'll be able to read your mind. I need you to be as explicit as possible. Okay. Extend. Okay. Well, we're still here. All right. We're still gonna enter the. So let's first begin with the use case. So unlike the exercise we did before, where you already was given the use case, we need to create the use case. Okay. We have a coffee shop. We know it's a coffee shop. So, but what's inside that coffee shop? Okay, what's the first use case? So خلاص, here we go. We established that this system is the coffee shop. Okay, again, tell me, Dr. Attar, I need you to create a use case called kaza kaza kaza. We can get the actors right. Okay, customer and worker. Okay, now who said worker? Faisal. So Faisal, that's a very good point. You said worker. Is there anything here that said that we actually have a worker? Okay, it could be one of those, bionic thing that exists in Tokyo where you enter and there's no actually human worker and you just press a button and you get the right. Now with Corona and all this stuff, right? Less contact, less human are being involved, and you really this thing is becoming a reality. So this vision that I had 10 years ago is now actually becoming a reality, where you walk into a coffee shop, you say what you want to a machine, and the machine delivers the thing to you where you're sitting. Okay, so first we've assumed we have an actor called worker, unless at some point later on the text it says so, but so far it hasn't. I know there's a customer type. What could be a first use case? We can say buy drink use case. So buy drink. This is okay. Drinks can be an abstract use case. Okay. Now, let me get this clear. When I have a use case, okay, never ever should I have a use case with a name that is a noun. Always have a name that is a verb. Okay. So don't tell me drink. Right? Not good. It's always buy drink. Drink. Do something with the drink. Throw the drink in the garbage. That's fine. That's a use case. Okay. But drink on its own, not a use case. All right. So we have buy drink type. Now, before we move on any further, one person here to get Talal, he says, why don't we make, so my handwriting is really bad. Let me just fix it. Yeah, there we go. Buy drink. And Talal said, why don't we make this abstract? Good point. Now, why should we make it abstract? Why should we not make it abstract? Well, now, unlike the previous exercise where it was already given to us, we're the one who's now judging whether to put the abstract label or not. Now, how I know this? We said every use case comes with a description. Okay, I gotta put in my mind what's gonna be in that description. If that description is complete, then I don't need the word abstract. If the description is incomplete, I got the minus sign over here, then I need to make it abstract. So what's actually going to be inside that use case? Okay, what are the steps? What are the steps? Coffee, mocha? Well, the steps are verbs. So let's just put it over here, pour coffee, and then add cream, add sugar. Okay. Preparing a cup. Okay. And it says preparing a cup is made of half chocolate. Now, type. We've already made a mistake here. Okay. Now, when I say abstract, صح, my vision says it's going to be implemented by the Aman is saying buy coffee and buy mocha. Okay, صح يا Aman, this is what you meant. You meant buy coffee, buy mocha. صح? Okay, not coffee and mocha. Okay, like if I have those two over here, that means those has to be inherited over here and this has to be inherited over there. But when I'm reading about the mocha, it doesn't say sugar and cream on the side. Okay, so I am forcing the mocha to have. Okay, so I can't, I know I can't have this. So let's go back over here. So I know I can't have this because everything that's gonna be here is gonna be inherited. Okay, so I gotta be very careful about this. Okay, so I got the pour of the coffee. Oops. What's the other step? Well, the sugar is specific to coffee, just buying a coffee, and then the cream is also the same. What about the hot chocolate? Again, hot chocolate is specific to the mocha. So the only thing that is common is the pouring of the coffee. Okay, fine. At this point, it's okay, right? Because we found something that is common, then I'll leave it over there, right? So let's go this route. And then we have two implementations, one of which is called buy coffee or pour coffee. Okay, so I'm gonna put the word coffee here. I'm gonna put the word mocha here. I'm gonna ask you to see if you know what you're doing. Okay, should this be called the bottom one? Buy coffee, buy mocha, or pour coffee, pour mocha? Buy. No, it's actually buy. Right? Why am I looking at buy? Okay, now remember, this is my actor, this is my use case. Okay, the use case is a reason why the actor should be involved with that system. Okay, you're telling him a business case. Here, come to us because you can do such and such and such and such. Okay, now, does it make sense as a coffee shop? You're telling your customer, come to us because you can pour the coffee and then go home? No, طبعا. You're telling us, come to us so you can buy a coffee. Okay, we'll take care of the pouring for you. All right, so this is why the wording is a big deal. Okay, now again, this is functional decomposition. We're thinking functions, we're thinking what are the steps. Okay, and it's normal to think this way because this is how we've been trained all our lives, not just in university, but also in our schools. Okay, we're given the question, we just buy. So it's buy, that should be the proper thing. Now, again, I don't just write I put down the thing and I go to sleep. Okay, I have to think to myself, what's actually going to be inside. Okay, so one of the things going to inside, going to here, add sugar, add cream. Over there, it's going to be add half hot chocolate. Okay, and both of those will inherit from the top. All right, the pouring of the coffee. Okay, syntactically and modeling wise, this is 100% correct. From a practical perspective, obviously, this would be considered a bit of an overkill to actually have this abstract use case just to put one statement in it. Okay, unless that statement is really, really complex. Okay, in the real world, you wouldn't really bother with an abstract called buy drink. Okay, because it's holding something that is very, very what's holding in common is actually very, very little. Okay, might as well just leave it at the model. Now, speaking of this, let me just divert here for a second. Okay, when I'm inheriting things, okay, and whether that I want to have something in common or not. Okay, here it is. Let's have that discussion again. I have one liner over here. Okay, and I decide to take that one liner over here and over here. How much did that really save me? Okay, that one liner I would have had it over here. It's really saved me just one. Okay, so one line. Right? Now, if I have just two bottom classes as you see, but this over here is 1 million lines, then I still would rather do this because although I'm just repeating it once, that one time that I'm repeating it have saved me 1 million lines. Okay, now let's take a look at other extreme. Okay, we're going back again. So this is a class. This is one liner. Okay, but the number of classes at the bottom that is inheriting from it is also 1 million. So although I'm inheriting one line, I'm inheriting it 1 million times. How many times did I save? Almost approximately 1 million. So then again, it's good to use and create that abstraction. Okay, now the only situation where it's a bit of an overkill is you have a situation like this. Okay, it only has one line. I'm going to abstract it between two different. So really, I just saved myself one line, right? That would be in practice a bit of an overkill, a bit of an overkill. So going back over here, let me erase this. Now, the only thing that is missing is the association relationship between the actor and the use case over here. Which one should I have it with? Should I have the red? Or should I have the blue? All right. Both are correct. Both are correct. But I would rather, my personal preference is to have the red. First of all, it reduces the clutter in the diagram, makes it simpler. And because I'm being associated to something that is abstract anyways, I know when I get here, I need to either go to this side or I'm going to go to that side. Okay, so I'm in no fear of not executing the ones at the bottom. But this is the case anyways. I mean, if you go through the red, you only have the two options anyway, because this is what the store offers. If you have more use cases, okay, then again, you can just go blue, 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 or just keep the one red. Again, you can see if I add more services and more drinks, then I can just keep the one red line وخلاص. Okay, and this is one of the reasons why I prefer that I have the one red line. But the actor cannot interact with the abstract. No, they interact with the abstract, yes, man, okay? But they don't just stop at the abstract, okay? They go like this, huh? Yeah. What's his name? Amen. Okay, you come like this, you realize that there's something here that is not complete. And so the execution, it continues on to one, either this side or that side. Okay, now remember this. I'm gonna move here, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say in today's lecture because we gotta have to stop here. Okay, remember polymorphism? Huh? Guys at home, do you remember polymorphism? So you can have a class like this called A. Okay, and a class here at the bottom called B. This one is called abstract at the top. And then this is involved by another class C. So C can end up creating in the lines an object. It says A from the outside, but inside it says B. Okay, and how do we do that? We say, I don't know, say, AA equals new B. Okay, so that means, so the outside is going to be A, the inside is going to be called a B. Okay, and the C is actually, matter of fact, this line of code is in a class called class C. C is holding, right? C is accessing the abstract, but it's actually accessing the abstract through A. In other words, in my class C, if I had this line over here, that would give me a syntax error because A is abstract. Okay, but when I put in a B instead, then it would have worked. All right, you should already know that. I'm assuming you already do. Okay, isn't that increasing the complexity, okay, of something simple? Again, there's an advantage or disadvantage. It's not increasing. Polymorphism is gonna be your designer's best friend. A little later on, you'll see that how polymorphism is heavily used in software design. When you get to SE 310. All right. Now, the good thing about using the red, okay, is that if I add another use case over here, all I have to do is keep the red. Another use case, keep the red. Another use case, keep the red. It's the same one line. But if I was going blue, I added another use case, I had to add another blue, and then another blue, and then another blue, right? And then the diagram ends up being a spider web. All right. So in general, one common good practice is always connect with the more abstract if possible. Okay. If possible. Okay. The easier would be the more abstract type. What does it mean to use the more general, if possible? Okay, here you are. You're a human. You're a scientist. You're gonna do an experiments. Okay, with human beings. Okay, you got the class structure over here. You got human. You got male. You got female. If your experiment doesn't really care about something specific about males or females, I could just use humans, okay? Unless my experiment, I'm doing something that deals with males only, okay? For example, some sort of a cream for their beards or something, then at this point, I point to the more specific. Isn't that increase? Oh, okay, that's the same question. I already answered that. All right. So now it's not increasing the complexity that of something simpler. I'm just, you don't want to increase the complexity for no reason, obviously. But at the same time, um, you want to do what's right. Exactly. That's called, yeah, the cognitive thing, and that relates to what I'm going to be giving you for research work a little later on, as I said. I think that's the point I was trying to make over here. All right. So we'll stop here, and we'll continue on this exercise, and hopefully we'll finish the other exercise when I see you on Monday. Okay, guys. All right. So that's it for today. I'll see you on Monday. Goodbye, everyone.